432 being the natural age, real age, has another harmonic of 528 hertz.
Hi, Cam Fam, it's your girl Pauline, and I have a special treat for you guys today. I have a legend, Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Hall of Famer, writer, artist, guitarist, and conscious spiritual being, the one and only Lois LadyMac McMorris. Hi, Lois.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, since the first time I saw you perform with Stanley, and Stanley's the name of her guitar, by the way.
Yeah.
And I saw you perform with Stanley. I fell in love, and I might be able to show some of that clip of the sound effects that was happening in the audience, how we were going crazy for your music.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you blew my mind.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been a number of years, and so welcome back to the Creative Artists Magazine platform.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be back. Thank you for having me.
And today I reached out to you because you are the expert in a lot of things music. And so I just wanted you to share some of your expert knowledge on some of the conscious sound waves and frequencies that we are finding ourselves as we're currently being uplifted spiritually. It seems to be a movement going on. And I just wanted to be able to have somebody to share with my audience some of the details about the different frequencies that we hear and how they affect us.
Well, okay. Well, what I can do is I'm going to say it from my perspective, how it was, I became conscious of it, et cetera, but they're called solfeggios. That's the term for a solfeggio. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. That's a part of the solfeggios. And that's part of the scalar system that we use in music, you know, do, a dear, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Well, it doesn't have all of those in the, it's actually the actual natural one. This solfeggio, the solfeggio tones that they have found resurrected. They've resurrected. See, music, there are frequencies that are resonant with the well-being of our divine body tempo, with our consciousness, our frequencies, because when you break it down, it really is, you know, we're in, they call it the quantum field. That's the divine spirit. We're in this thing of light. We are the conscious being. We are watching the light. Well, the life, we are watching it and making decisions about our own personal life, but we are one. Now, here's the deal, is predicated on that deepness, is that where we are in creation, in the polarity of creation, polarity up and down, is that it is, you can look at it as condensed light and consciousness, condensed light and consciousness, energy and frequency. It's a good thing about it, as the divine conscious being, we have access naturally to those frequencies. Well, there are the divine conscious beings that are not as high in awareness, that know this and want to have another effect on it. That's deleterious, let us say. to it. And so there are musical tones then that were natural. That's where these solfeggios come in. They were natural. We have been at other ages of enlightenment on this planet. This planet is old. Humanity is not as old, young as you think. So these solfeggios, et cetera, those tones, those frequencies, they're universal. And there's certain frequencies that are universal. So we can think like divinely conscious, right? When it's divinely conscious, as all things are, then it is intelligent. It is alive because that's who we are. And that is expressing through us. You with me so far?
I'm with you. You already know.
So these frequencies that have now, we have affected, and people for centuries, people are always rolling with music. Music, it is here, it is in the other dimension. I've heard near-death experiences. It is definitely in the other dimensions. It is all over the universe. Music is universal. Everybody vibes to music, unless you just tripping. So the thing with it is that these solfeggios, et cetera, people have used that. We've used rhythms. Drums are very powerful. We've used that, and actually you see that rhythm there. Well, that is power. What that would have to be some sort of frequency, I would think, because look, right. It's frequency. Well, so are these tones, and so are our speaking things. When we speak, we are speaking into a substance. When we are here in a substance, and in this substance that we are in, having our conscious being, if you feel me so far, this substance is very responsive because it's divine. And we are divine. It's very responsive to, if you want to roll on the downward tone, and that's where you are at this point in your evolutionary thing, then you might come with this sort of thing. That doesn't mean that we have to go along with it if we're on another place. So the deal is that the 1939, people say 1930, somewhere around there in this century, this lifetime, individuals knew about the effects of the frequencies. Now, I might have them beforehand, but they knew about the effects of the frequencies that can be deleterious, not good for the body temple at all. And they decided to change the frequencies to that. So in other words, so how did they change it? They didn't change the frequency because that's a natural thing. They went after another frequency, and they made that frequency the default frequency in Western music. I can't say about any other kind of music, but in Western music, it is like that. And that is where the A is 440. It is resonating. It is, the music is vibrating at 440. What is the cycle per second? Something like that. It's moving 440. That's what we call A on our instruments, guitar, piano. That's what we call A. But actually what it was 432. When you put it down and vibrate as that, there are harmonics, harmonics, boom, boom, boom. So, people talk about harmonics. I'm not real deep into it, but I know that when I hit my guitar just lightly on the string, boom, like that, I'm just hitting it. To actually play it, you got to push it down. But I'm just kind of put my hand on and hit it. Well, it brings these tones out that they call harmonics. So within those frequencies, there are other frequencies, right? So it's or something of that nature. What I'm trying to say is that, not trying to lose it, is that in the frequencies that they put in, they are not in harmony to the body temple, and people knew that. And as far as the harmonics, that the 432, now I know what I'm saying, the 432 has an upper harmonic, 432 being the natural A, the real A, has another harmonic of 528 hertz. And that's where C is. Well, what does that mean? The actual frequencies actually are bringing forth things. They're not just hums. They're bringing forth something. The 528 frequency is bringing forth divine love. Well, people think that divine love is namby-pamby. Oh, I love you, No, divine love is like the stuff. This is very, very powerful. So when now that is re-emerging in the consciousness, because it was known, but only by a small few. You see, because we have been in a dark age, we're coming out. So people are awakening. They're awakening to this. This is old, ancient knowledge that is just, what is it? Light years ahead of even where we are, but now we're able to ascertain it because we just came out of a dark age. You feel me?
I do.
That's called Kali Yuga. That's a dark age. So we're coming out of it, but you know, it's not quite there yet. So say it's a big, big wave of like, oh my God. And this big wave, here we are on our linear plane, going through our life. And we've been living in this big, see how, move from here to here, this big thing. We thought that was how things are supposed to be. No. And that thing is falling now, because what is rising is a new way of being. You see, like that. So we're in the middle of this fall. We came for this reason. Why this is important to know about the frequencies is that it's because by employing the frequencies while we are in such a time as this, the actual frequencies like love, what does the world need?
Okay, we're back on with Lois LadyMac McMorris. We had a slight technical difficulty, and I think we left off at, you were telling us about the frequency 528. Yes. All right, she's on fire, you guys, go for it.
Yeah, the 528 hertz. So that would correspond to C in Western music, what C was supposed to be. So, but now people have found that we can incorporate this and even really retune your instruments to it. You can retune your instruments to it, and you can put this on your recordings as well. Now, here's the interesting thing about that is that because that resonates, there's the law of resonance. So law of resonance is this, is that if you have two tuning forks, the metal tuning forks, it looks like this, it's on one side of the room, the other one's on this side of the room, and you just hit this one. And so it's vibrating. This one you did not hit on the other side of the room. However, it will begin to vibrate on the other side of the room, untouched, in resonance. Wow. They also call that in humanity. There's another kind of way that you can say it. It was called the 100 monkey law, where that one monkey individual started something on an island that none of them did. They were not connected to the mainland. And this monkey, I think, has started watching. Now, how do people know this? I want to say. But anyway, this monkey started washing his food 48 hours, 30, and then he would eat it. Well, the other monkeys on the island saw him do this. Oh, he tripped up. And then after a while, well, why are he doing that? They began to eat like that. That's on the island. It was not connected to the mainland. Do you know that the monkeys on the mainland began to do that? So we can say that that's in a way part of the law of resonance. At least that's what I'm saying. In effect, with humanoid, with us as humans. So boom, when it is on your music, when it is vibrating through your music, either the tone or the frequencies can even heal you.
Yes.
The frequencies can heal you. This is what's important. It just ain't somebody like, oh, it's white noise. No, these frequencies are very powerful. And that's why the frequencies that were good for us were retuned to things that were not, because, you know, there's a consciousness that does not want you to have all of your freedom as a divine conscious being. Well, we're going to have that freedom. It's a new day. So the deal is that with the 528, the 432, and these frequencies they have found, and wait a minute, they also refer to Nikola Tesla, because he's big into the 3s, the 6s, and the 9s. I'm into the 3s and 6s and 9s too. So and electricity, this guy was a genius.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, the deal is about the healing aspects of it, that the tones, the solfeggios, the natural ones, can do different things in harmony, in turning around different conditions in the body temple. I know this for an actual fact.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know it for a fact, an experiential fact. For example, there's a vibration, there's a frequency, let us say, of cancer. There's a frequency that will offset that of the wellness of that body part. There's a frequency that will offset it. This is a truth. This is the truth. So it's within that. Here's what we have to understand about how the universe is set up by the divine. For every problem, there's a solution. These are solutions. Come
on now. Come on now.
Okay.
Come on, don't hurt them just yet now, Lady Mac.
Yeah, don't hurt them, Hammer. So the solution, the thing is that with one can actually employ the frequencies to have a good effect upon the public, because now is the time when we need it. Now is the time when we need it. Now is the time to become aware of who you are. Now is the time to shake off any kind of cobweb kind of, now's the time to vibrate on a higher level. So these are higher level frequencies. We can do this. And people are putting that into the music. Now, let me see. There was some of, I know the 528 is love, miracle thing. There's even 9, so there's not, and they all break down into 3s. 4, 1, 7. Well, that isn't that 12 equals 3. 4, 3, 2. That's 7 plus 2. That's 9. 5, 2, 8. Well, that's what is it? That's 7 plus 8 is 15 equals 6. So I'm breaking it down via numerology. Music and numbers have this relationship.
Absolutely.
So, so that's something about it, and people are employing that. I'm one of the people. The other thing is that one, you have to change your thoughts and your body temple's vibration. You would have to detoxify to do this, but you can walk around vibrating in those frequencies, and that would be beneficial for your life, and also for anyone that is in the radius of your sphere. Well, let me tell you something about your sphere. You're a unique consciousness, but you're in a oneness. So this will affect everybody. And when they say what the world needs now is love, sweet love, it really needs a compassionate heart. If there was a compassionate heart, if we understood that we are humanity, we are oneness, if we let our compassion, our love come out. You see the heart chakra right here, the heart chakra is stronger actually than the gut chakra. Now, the gut chakra, that gut feeling, you know what, I'm going to miss you, or something like that if you're rolling low. But the heart chakra, it's the third eye. You got 3 guts. So what I'm talking about is the energy that you can put forth from this one is 5,000 times as stronger. But people don't know this. If you'll notice in our society, they will try to tamp you, and you're going to come from the gut. And when you come from the gut, on top of that, you're going to come like this. Like this. Oh, no. So understand that when we flow out in this way, we're not flowing out airy fair. We're flowing out seriously powerful to open up that heart and love. Because if you are compassionate and you're loving, you feel what the other person is feeling, and we will in oneness, you wouldn't want to do things to people.
Yes, tell me. That's everything I do comes from that heart. When I meditate out from there, like I'm breathing out of my heart.
Oh, girl, yes, exactly, breathing out of your heart. So all of these things, I've just pursued these things since I was a little girl. But this knowledge here is, this knowledge is empowering.
We have to share it. Keeping it to yourself doesn't make it knowledge until it goes out.
You got to plant the seed.
Right.
Like sometimes if the individual might not be ready to receive it, but the seed is planted. The seed is planted. And other times an individual is ready, like, ooh, it actually hits.
Resonates right away.
it resonates. I do want to say something else. Let me segue before we go too long. I want to thank you for this book.
Oh, stop it. Which one? What do
This
you have?
book,
Oh,
this magazine.
that was our first printed book ever after being digital.
This is a beautiful book. I'm an artist. I've had my own graphic design company. I'm a graphic designer, but a fine artist too. And so I appreciate this fabulous layout that she did. I mean, if you guys can see it, it is fabulous. This is on me, by the way. That's me. Look at that. Look at that. Look at these pictures and the layout and the writing. It's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful magazine. I really only have it in plastic. I just took it out for now.
You kept it looking real good there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have it. I barely touch it. I looked at it when I got it. Isn't that great? And then I'm in here in the when you look in the front and you turn to the back, and I'm in here. So thank you for that, y'all.
You're so
this lady here, she is fabulous. She really is. I mean, she's multi-talented and her work is just astounding. Look at that advertising on the bottom. It's smart.
Now, here's the thing. When I wrote your actual story, because that was me giving you a place in the first printed magazine because you were in a digital issue.
Creative Artist Magazine. Oh yeah. Creative Artist Magazine. Yeah. Pauline, what's up? Pauline, what's up? Creative, yeah.
And so I really loved your journey. Your story was absolutely phenomenal. So I added you into the print, but it wasn't the full spread. The beauty of LadyMac for me was I met her as a guitarist, which blew me away, just blew me away. And then when I did the article with her, thinking I was getting a musician, she sculpts, she paints, she does everything. She writes, she's this well-rounded, pure creative genius artist. And so I think I referred to you as being able to peel back all the different layers of an artist and keep finding one gem after the other. It was beautiful.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. And you as well. You are a gem as well. I mean, it takes, I know because I had that graphic art business and then working musician.
You had a magazine too.
Yeah, I've done magazines. I know the phenomenal work is, and to have an eye for it, I appreciate your artistry within it. I mean, your colors and your use of those things. I have a fine appreciation for it. I'm not just saying it. I love it, and I feel honored to be in a magazine because I've always loved magazine layouts. I've done them myself. I love them. So she is phenomenal. She's smart, she's pretty. She's also got connections that she has made because of her heart. It's her heart. And then to work so hard to have this kind of business, and she's business people as well as a good person, y'all. So that's true testimony about Ms. Pauline Samuels.
Oh, thank you. Okay. All right. Well, we just got a whole earful here of goodness and hopefully elevated our consciousness so that we can be part of this beautiful day that is happening here and readily available for everyone to be of good cheer, a good heart, and to be consciously aware that they are able to make a difference. And not just themselves, but in the whole and others. We're connecting.
The whole world.
Like that fork, bing, and then bing. With the magazine, I see people from this place and that place, and then I look around and they're following each other, they're collaborating, they're working together. We can do these things.
We can do these things.
No more, none of that stuff. It's time to spread love.
It's spread love, it's resonance, spread love, honey.
Go. All right.
Good for you.
We got some other treats from LadyMac that we're just going to share here.
Yes, I've got this. This is a caricature. So this is not, it's just a caricature of my ex-husband, who I love dearly. I love dearly to this day, my daughter's father. and we are best friends to this day. He's my high school sweetheart.
Oh,
And he's got a wonderful wife, and I made a caricature of him that I brought out to this day. And which is that?
oh, wow. Look at that. I didn't know you did caricatures.
Yeah, so that was kind of him. I call this guy a Walfie and
Oh.
Sheboygan. And so, and what it is, because he used to have his hair like that. And he had these wonderful eyes. He had a big smile. When he would smile, he was just wonderful. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. And I mean, you can tell I just have such affinity for him. So that's it. And I did that recently. And this is something from the past, but I wrote 2 books, and I'm a poetry person too. So this was I had these things in LA called art cards, and they were in the store. They were in the store for a while, and the Agape store. It's a wonderful store, Agape International.
Right here in LA.
There's in LA, right? And so this was a painting. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna try to hold it up.
I can
also,
see it.
you can go on there. Can you see it?
I can. Yes, I can.
Okay. And so it's called, it has a corresponding poem with it that I wrote. And so this is called The Edifice Construct of Self.
Wow.
The edifice. And so the person could buy this, and then they could just kind of fold it. It used to have a fold on it. This one doesn't. And then you can just put it up there on your shelf, and you have this artwork. I called it art cards.
And you have a beautiful poem by you, LadyMac?
By me, if you want me to read it.
Would you go ahead? Is it real long? Let's see how much time we got.
Could it be that these thrusts of raw life and thrust of raw consciousness, could it be that the decorations without burst forth from feelings within? Could it be that the convoluted twists and turns of daily living, the dance the dance of life exists? Could it be that which are experiences and that which one thinks and feels are one? So it is written. Here's the other part. Could it be that this current parade of thoughts and beingness, this montage of life that oftenly seemingly stands on razor's edge, or lies face down in the pillow, still sleepily awaking, and all of the spectrum thereof has a sacredness and an impartation of the design of the divine? So it is written. Could it be that which is sometimes interpreted as pain or pleasure is subject to oneself, one's deep self? And could it be, oh joy to even the concept, that the edifice construct of the self, if we but look, is beautifully transcending into greater vistas of the cosmic union, immersed in the divine all, riding in the cosmic flow? Could it be that if we but listen deep within, having emerged from the edifice construct of self, if we but listen, it could be?
Wow. Woo! Oh my goodness. I'm glad we read it. I'm so glad we read it. I'm a fan of poetry, by the way. Good, conscious, it has to have some substance. That one was a whole plate right there. It wasn't just the gravy or the dessert. That was the whole dinner. Thank you
Thank you so much. That was the first time I've ever read.
Oh my goodness. You did a good job. You started to feel yourself after the first paragraph.
Yeah, after I could see it.
Yeah, you changed it up. I said, oh shoot, she's starting to feel herself now, looking away from the page.
Yes, that's the first time of that being broadcast. So
wow. And we have one of your writings that's going to be published in this winter fall issue coming out here soon. So thank you so much for joining the Creative Artists Magazine family again, and being a contributing writer. Thank you for sharing your world with us. We're so grateful to have you.
If you look up Lois, LadyMac, McMorris, if you Google me up, you'll see all my stuff.
She's a friend of Google, everybody. There we go, right there. Okay. You got a Wikipedia page too, I believe.
That's true. I'm in Wikipedia.
That's right. See?
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Cam Fam. We hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to We appreciate a like, comment, subscribe to our channels, and help us grow and continue to provide meaningful content like this one. Thank you so much. Thanks, LadyMac.
You're welcome. Thank you, people. Hello. Thank you and goodbye.
Round of applause.